John was a 24-year-old man living in New York City. He had a good job at a marketing company and earned a decent salary every month. From the outside, his life looked perfect. He loved shopping, eating at expensive restaurants, and spending weekends with friends. Every time he received his paycheck, he spent money without thinking too much about the future. He believed that as long as he had a good job, everything would always be fine. But there was one problem. At the end of every month, his bank account was almost empty. Sometimes he even used his credit card to pay for basic expenses. One afternoon during lunch break, his senior manager, Mr. Johnson, asked him a simple question. John, if you lost your job tomorrow, how long could you survive with the money you currently have? John was silent. He had never thought about that question before. That evening, he went home and checked his bank account. After paying his bills, he realized he had very little money saved. He felt worried for the first time. The next day, he decided to learn about personal finance. He started reading books and watching videos about money management. Soon, he discovered something important. Financial freedom is not about how much money you make. It's about how much money you keep and how wisely you use it. John decided to change his life. First, he created an emergency fund. He promised himself that he would save enough money to cover 6 months of living expenses. It wasn't easy. He stopped buying things he didn't need and reduced his spending on expensive dinners and online shopping. Second, he made a monthly budget. He followed a simple rule: 50% of his income for needs, 30% for wants, 20% for savings and investments. For the first time in his life, he knew exactly where his money was going. Then he learned about investing and compound interest. He discovered that even small investments could grow into large amounts over time. So he started investing just $200 every month into low-cost index funds. At first, nothing seemed to change, but after 1 year, he noticed something amazing. His savings account was growing, his investments were increasing, and most importantly, he no longer felt stressed about money. 3 years later, he had a fully funded emergency account and a growing investment portfolio. One day, his friend Michael asked him, "How are you always so calm about money?" John smiled and replied, "Because my money is finally working for me instead of me always working for money." 5 years later, John looked back at his journey. He had savings, investments, and financial security. He wasn't rich overnight, but he had something even better: peace of mind and control over his future. He realized that financial freedom doesn't come from luck. It comes from small, smart decisions repeated over and over again. The lessons John learned were simple. Spend less than you earn. Build an emergency fund. Create a budget and follow it. Start investing as early as possible. Let time and compound growth work in your favor. And that's how an ordinary young man from New York transformed his life, one financial decision at a time.